in like 100-degree weather in New York, and so I think we got one take. David warned us. He said we're really only going to do one take, and Paul and I were like, okay, sure. And then we really only got like 1 or 2 takes, so we just kept moving really fast, and so we didn't really improvise very much, except for I guess Jason had all the fucking time in the world.
So can I get a suggestion, please, from the audience? That'd be great.
You know, like when we were watching the movie, you know, there's one of the lines that Jason did improvise is where you say, "I'll have what she's having," and then Jason did improvise the line where he says, "You are having what she's having." And then he's like, the pasta, the beans, the lentils, and everything. It's like the most carb-heavy dinner. Pasta, beans, and lentils.
One thing I just want to say is the more when you make the movie, you watch it over and over again, and it doesn't make any sense, I think, on the surface, but the more you go deep down into it, it makes even less sense, everything. So, if you liked it, I would suggest seeing it again sometime. Another.
Right here in the center.
Whose idea was sex with Bubby? That was Meloni, I think.
Don't we all feel that deep down? And I improv the shit in my pants. I did shit in my pants.
Have you seen the movie Crossing Delancey? So that's a great romantic comedy, and one of the main characters in that movie is the Bubby, the grandmother. And we thought the only way to parody that is to have him have sex with her. That's the only way to.
Very difficult casting to find someone who could play that role and also have that ass.
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
Some of them did, and others didn't. Each person get a say in what their character did and didn't. Basically, we just chose certain actors that we felt like could have a say, and other ones we said no.
Raise your hand if you had a say. Okay, Michael Shannon did.
Yes, over here.
There's a certain romantic comedy that you saw and you said, this movie was so bad that we have to parody like the entire genre.
There actually, for me, from my point of view, there was one, but I can't say it because then it would be insulting.
You guys have mentioned, sorry, I just want to say that you guys have mentioned that you are true fans of romantic comedies and love them, truly love them. Don't love them in a cynical or like ironic way. And so I would like to point that out, that David and Michael all the time talked about how much they loved real romantic comedy and wanted to parody it in a very loving way.
I would say, and I think we love the formula of it as much as we love making fun of it.
Hey, what's up?
What about we have Cobie Smulders here too?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
So, how did you go about making this movie to get people on board?
It started in 2002, which is true. We had originally came up with the idea as something to do after we did Wet Hot American Summer, and we pitched it to a big studio, and they ultimately quickly said no, and we tried a couple other ways to try to get it done, and it never happened, and then we pulled it out of a drawer just a couple years ago and read it out loud at a sketch comedy festival, Sketch Fest in San Francisco, and just for fun, really, on a Sunday morning, and it went over well and was really funny, and then Paul and Amy, melting down. Paul and Amy expressed interest in doing it at that point, and at that point it came together very quickly with Lionsgate, on a very small budget.
Yes, up here in the front. Yep.
supposed to repeat. And now the band is back together. Are we ever going to do Wet Hot American Summer 2? Yes.